Here's my story. It has been an epic, busy winter as an owner-operator of a small service business. Now, I'm catching up on all my stuff. You know, we went from deep freeze to spring to everybody wants their house ready for the summer. Summer's here. As we say on some jobs, summer's coming. Good morning, everybody. As you know, we do everyday plumbing, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And today is June 1st, beginning of hurricane season here in New Jersey. And it's a great day for me to come back on YouTube. It's been a bit, and not for reasons that I'm not plumbing. We've been in it since the deep freeze, and I'm catching up on all my stuff. You know, we went from deep freeze to spring to everybody wants their house ready for the summer. Summer's here. As we say on some jobs, summer's coming. Now, with that being said, I was in it trying to help and get people back in line for either water, heat, or both, and then pushing off the summer houses who were coming in the spring to set up for a great 2026 summer season. With that being said, man, we were in it. I was in it, running the show, on jobs, doing everything, and we did a lot of filming, didn't have time to edit. So I'm just telling you, we're here to stay. We're back, and not by design. It was, when I tell you, all hands on deck. I was where I needed to be. Now, with that being said, I went to a lot of jobs that were, I got to tell you, could have been prevented. There's many ways to prevent freeze-ups. There's many ways to monitor your house. There's many ways to prevent this from happening. We do winterizations that will winterize your whole house. Heat, water, turn the heat off, and you're good for the whole season. Come back and, turn the water back on in the spring. Or there's another way we can do it. We all know this. Smart water valves, such as Moen Flow, is a leak detection system that we use. Check that. You'll get a notification that your Moen Flow device is actually getting close to the freezing mark, which means your house is on the brink of freezing. You also get a notification if all of a sudden your water's not on, all of a sudden you have water running. Boom. It shuts off on by design. And then you get a notification that, hey, you have a problem and the water is off. And then you go check it out. Have your plumber or your neighbor or whoever check it out. Now, with that being said, I actually froze up this winter. My own house. So I've never froze up. We had a day that was just beyond west winds, off the water, sub-zero for hours overnight. I was happy to be doing a video that morning having coffee and not realizing that I filled up my coffee pot, made coffee, but then I went to clean it. I got no pressure. Uh-oh, I'm froze up. So that was the funny of the season. Luckily, we didn't have no damage, and I went under there and got that done on a Sunday. I got to tell you, one of the big things that has hurt me and been struggling with is running the shop on an everyday basis, from monitor to the jobs, the guys, to making the business better, fixing the business. I'm full-time now in the plumbing business, where I have been 3 years fixing since I retired. So it's going to be 3 years, July 1st, that I'm out of the fire department. Been fixing stuff in my business since. So we're working super, super hard. Not only was I plumbing all winter, all spring, but working on fixing stuff, making more efficient, teaching and preaching and making the job easier and efficient for everyone that works with us. The office, the guys, for myself, for Marcy, for the customer, trying to be transparent with them. Because, I'll be honest with you, we're not a full court press type of company. We sell and do what's needed. The plumbing sells itself, folks. You don't have to full court press like you're trying to win the game in the last 3 seconds and you're down 1 point. If you're transparent with these customers and clients and just be truthful, it will come. And I'm living proof of that, and very proud of that aspect, being an owner operator of a small plumbing service company here in South Jersey. And it's been a long run, man, between the deep freeze and now where we're actually beginning to able to breathe, take it in, work on some other stuff besides running and gunning to save folks. And that's part of it. And we're still doing that on a small basis now, but we don't do air conditioning. So we have time to get even better now in our company. So that's one of the things that we've been doing a lot of the last 3 or 4 months. So with that, and that's, to be transparent with you, that's what I've been doing. Amongst the freeze ups and all that service work, we had a couple renovations come through, 2 or 3 that stand out in particular. When we talk about hiring professionals, I can't say it more. Get referrals. Please check on your referrals. Work they've done. Do they have insurance? Are they legit? And I'm going to give you an example. I'm not going to name the house. They actually got my advice, and I said, please don't renovate this house, or check that. Please don't renovate this bathroom right now. Every plumber and every contractor was so busy with the freeze-ups and the disasters that had happened amongst the normal renovations, the normal new construction, and the normal service, that I said, if they're not working, they're not good. And when I say not good, I'm talking about the standard of being a professional. Now, I went to this house on a Sunday, and I said, why do you have a trailer in your yard? Oh, we're going to gut the bathroom. And I said, who's doing the tile? Who's doing the plumbing? Because I didn't want to do the job. Because I really don't do renos unless I'm very, very particular in who I work with. Now, with that being said, I thought we had it settled. I wake up the next day, go to work, and by 10, 11 o'clock, they got the bathroom. Now, here's the kicker. The guy who renovated it, or checked it, the guy who gutted it, left a toilet supply in a bucket that leaked overnight from Monday night into Tuesday morning and collapsed the whole bedroom ceiling on the finished bedroom that was not supposed to be touched. So what I'm telling you is this, is you really, really should really double check your contractors, see who's who, and avoid the disaster. Now, that was back in February, March. We are just doing that bathroom now because I said I'm not doing that bathroom unless I have X, Y, and Z working with me. And they fought me on it, and we're going to still hire this guy. And I said, you can go right ahead. You already got stung once. And they finally listened. We're doing the job, and things are going to turn out well. It's not going to turn out well for being done quickly, but it's going to be done right. And 2 or 3, and I know 2 other bathroom jobs, the people got it. The contractors, don't know no names. They never showed back up to do the job. So 3 separate stories of guys coming in, gutting, destroying, not having insurance was the big one on the first job. No insurance whatsoever, and they ghosted the people. So when I tell you, check the paperwork, check to see if they're Google guaranteed, check for referrals. It's so important for the consumer to do this, okay? They would have saved a lot of money, a lot of aggravation, for sure. In the meantime, it's getting done just now, and we're on June 1st, 2026, and we're just starting the plumbing now. With that being said, we're doing our summer thing. We got a lot of people coming down the shore. We got people planning, doing all kinds of stuff, from little jobs to want to do big renos, which we really don't do, but we refer out to good contractors. But it's here. The people are here. They want their water on. They want their dock water on. Their outside showers. Summer season's here, and we're looking forward to it. Matter of fact, I got a little surfing in over the weekend. It was awesome, and me and Miss Marcy had a great time. But moving forward with the plumbing and the YouTube, it's been a great platform that I'm going to start doing more and more stuff. And I know I keep saying, but as you see, I'm not going nowhere. I've been here since 2012 and preaching the same word, being honest, being straight, and being a professional, to say the least. If you guys have any questions for me, what topic that you want me to cover, what subject matter, what type of job, if you're an apprentice, if you're a homeowner, if you're a pro, you know we love to communicate. I communicate with everybody, and I've been going back and forth in my comment section, getting back on involved, listening and answering all my comments. Proud of that. Still back at it, doing many things at once, but in the meantime, my guys in my company have gotten a lot more comfortable and getting better and better, which frees me up to do more stuff to help teach and preach with them, with you, with everybody that wants to watch. So we're excited. We're looking forward to the summer of 2026. And if you see us out there, stop by and say, hey, stop by my shop. Feel free. I did have a visitor. This spring, Jim Richter from Florida. We did a liner job for him at his brother's house in, where was that? Up near Belmar. And he brought me a football. So he was driving around with this football for 3 or 4 months since Christmas, because we had dropped a video on Thanksgiving Day, us playing football with a Milwaukee box light as the football. You know, just having fun and filming it and, just doing what we do. So thank you, Jim. I appreciate it. And I appreciate all your questions out there. And I got to tell you, the last video I actually did was me. This is during the deep freeze. This is a short. Me and Marty, we went to a job that was froze up on a Saturday morning, and I actually had the Donna wetsuit to get this guy's water on. The electric was off. Everything was safe, and the water had dropped down into the ground, and we had to pump it out. But I didn't want to wait, so I got my wetsuit on. I went over there and isolated a couple broken valves was all it was. With that being said, I came out of the crawl space, and I did have a Tyvek suit on because I didn't want my wetsuit to get wet. I didn't want my wetsuit to get muddy. So what I did was I put my blue Tyvek on, my boots, covers, and my gloves and all that. And the last video I made was me swimming in the alley in my Tyvek suit. So with that one, folks, that's going to be the end. We'll see you at the next one. And you got any questions, feel free to hit me up. With that, thank you, and we'll see you at the next one, guys. Have a great day.